Sorry I dunked on you.
Officials, Bill Guthridge, the assistant coach for Carolina, had gone after Pete Pavia, the official. Police grabbed Bill Guthridge, slammed him against the wall to keep him from going after the officials. A few of the Carolina players, not liking what they saw, went after the policeman. So then you had about 5 Indiana policemen in a scuffle with the Carolina players. Right now the calm has been restored. A few of the Indiana police are back there taking a report from the officials, and then they're going to go and talk to Bill Guthridge because you can expect some charges and counter charges. Let's go back upstairs to Pat.
All right, thank you, JB. Interesting story. We'll be following that through the night. Coming up, game 2 of the national semifinals, UNLV and Duke. One of them will meet Kansas on Monday night. We'll be back after this word from your local station. Stay with us.
Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jim Nance. What we're going to see this weekend with UNLV is one of 2 things. Either the coronation of truly one of the great teams in the history of college basketball, or one of the biggest upset victims in the history of the Final Four. You know, just last year in the championship game against these very same Duke Blue Devils, UNLV smashed them 103-73, the biggest blowout in championship game history. Everyone wonders how Duke will handle this game psychologically after that contest a year ago. And Billy Packer, let's first talk about Bobby Hurley and how it may have affected him.
Well, it certainly has affected him on a positive basis as far as what I've been seeing his play this year. And what Bobby Hurley has to do is dream about playing against this ball club and doing something as we're going to see right here. Now, you see Hurley with the ball. Everybody is cut off in the passing lanes. This is against Connecticut. So what does Hurley do? He has his dream. He puts the ball on the floor with great dribble penetration, something he'll have to do today against UNLV. He puts the ball on the floor with the penetration, and as he does, everything comes up perfect for him as he hits Christian Laettner down inside. That is Bobby Hurley's dream.
And what about his nightmare, Billy?
Well, the nightmare is now we're talking about playing against UNLV. Ollie Taylor with the ball, an excellent dribbler, an excellent man that can penetrate. But watch, same situation. All the passing lanes are cut off by UNLV's defense. Taylor is going to do the same thing Hurley did. Put the ball on the floor for dribble penetration. But watch what happens. Greg Anthony moves those feet so well. You go to the left, you go to the right, you go back to the left, nothing there. And that is the nightmare.
All right, no one will deny that Bobby Hurley has been sensational so far in this tournament. We'll keep an eye on that. But as far as the old age question, or the age-old question, depending on how you want to look at it, Duke, with all of this Final Four experience, Billy, is still the youngest team here.
By far the youngest team in terms of UNLV, which has 3 fifth-year seniors, as you can see, almost 23 years of age. It's a club that takes that age. They have great maturity, both physically and mentally, and that makes them so tough.
All right, Billy, let's go through your game analysis, the Packer points, if you will, for this game between Duke and UNLV. Who's got 4?
Who's got 4? And I'm not talking about fouls there. I'm saying, what in the world is Duke going to do with Larry Johnson, number 4? Who's going to guard him? What's the matchup? That's going to be great to see right off the bat.
And
pressure points.
Yeah, pressure points.
Jim, dare I say, Vegas has not been taken down to the wire in a game. What will happen when those seniors have to play under pressure?
And second half blitz, that's been the story for this team, hasn't it, in the tournament?
It really has. They have taken people completely out of the game at the start of the second half. I wonder if they're going to turn it up a notch right up in the beginning of the game today.
All right, we're ready for the rematch. Duke warming up. We'll come back, starting lineups. Duke and UNLV coming up next.
CBS Sports coverage of the 1991 NCAA Basketball National Semifinal game is sponsored by the people of UPS, now offering next-day air delivery on Saturday. Pizza Hut and the new MVP 4-topping pizza. Nike, who reminds you to just do it. And by Pontiac and your local Pontiac dealer, we build excitement.
Every display precisely detailed. Every control.
Jim, I just spoke with Jim Delaney, who is chairman of the Division I Men's Basketball Committee, and he said the second technical on Dean Smith was not a matter of rules interpretation, that Coach Smith was simply out of the coach's box, and that warranted the second technical. When asked, did he think that Pavia called it a little too quickly, he said no comment. Jim?
I'll say this. Well, first let's get the starting lineups, and we'll talk more about it, Billy. Frank Fallon, As always, at the Final Four, we'll have the call of the starting lineups.
For tonight's NCAA National Semifinal game between the Duke Blue Devils and the Nevada Las Vegas Running Rebels. Now let's meet the starting lineups. For Duke at forward, a 6'7" freshman from Reston, Virginia, number 33, Grant Hill. For UNLV at forward, a 6'7" senior from Dallas, Texas, number 4, Larry Johnson. For Duke at forward, a 6'6" senior from Clifton Park, New York, number 22, Greg Kubek. For UNLV at forward, a 6'7" senior from Pasadena, California, number 32, Stacy Augman. For Duke at center, a 6'11" junior from Angola, New York, number 32, Christian Leitner. For UNLV at center, a 6'9" senior from Manteo Island, North Carolina, number 44, George Ackles. For Duke at guard, a 6'4" sophomore from Lancaster, Texas, number 12, Thomas Hill. For UNLV at guard, a 6'1" junior from Detroit, Michigan, number 12, Anderson Hunt. For Duke at guard, a 6th sophomore from Jersey City, New Jersey, number 11, Bobby Hurley. And for UNLV at guard, a 6'2" senior from Las Vegas, Nevada, number 50, Greg Anthony. And the coaches for Duke in his 11th season, Mike Krzyzewski. For UNLV in his 18th season, Jerry Tarkanian.
All right, the Tark wants one more championship out of this bunch. We'll come back. Duke and UNLV next.
Consistent performance. For 50 years, one life insurance company has ranked first in dividend performance more times than any other. Not everyone has heard of us. Some people have. Northwestern Mutual Life.
Hey, Mr. Dalthorpe, your graphites are here.
Who guarantees overnight air delivery on Saturday to more people coast to coast?
Thank you.
Who did you think?
UPS on Saturday?
You go to the beach, everyone gets hot and cranky. You must have air conditioning. Cruise control, it keeps your foot from falling asleep. Power locks and windows, because when you go camping, you gotta keep the bears out.
The Toyota 4Runner Extra Value Option Package. Save up to $800 on options some people think aren't so optional.
Chrome package, so all your friends will look at you. I love what you do for me, Toyota.
Who guarantees overnight air delivery on Saturday to more people coast to coast?
Morning. UPS on Saturday?
Who did you think?
Thank you.
The officials, Tom O'Neill from Tinley Park, Illinois, John Clockerty from Raleigh, North Carolina, and Ted Valentine from Westerville, Ohio. Tom Harrington is the alternate. Christian Leitner about to jump it up with George Ackles. Grant Hill for Duke.
Well, if the freshman who had a very tough time in the regional needed something to get off to a good start, that was it.
Anderson Hunt wasting no time. Wow. Oh, three-pointer.
This is a dome, Jim, but he almost reached the banner with that one. And here's the matchup we talked about. Man-to-man, you can see Duke spreading things out way up high, trying to get some good spacing.
Larry Johnson is on Grant Hill, and they've got Ackles on Leitner. Some of the matchups we were wanting to monitor today.
You can see Duke going to use some clock.
Three-pointer by Leitner.
Shaquille O'Neal saw that play, and George Ackles will have to go out and respect Christian Leitner's tremendous ability to step outside. Straight man. It's Kubek on Johnson down low.
Ackles says, I can shoot it out here too, but he comes off the mark.
And you can see the strategy by Duke right away. Leitner is not going to guard Ackles. make Larry Johnson have some problems inside.
How about that? A great pass as Hurley led Hill perfectly. And that ball may have even been helped going in by a UNLV defender.
It put a little English on it, Jim, to take it right up over the rim. You can see what Duke is going to do. Try to attack whenever possible immediately. If they don't have something, bring it back out and play somewhat of a delay game.
Great confidence boost for Grant Hill with 4 points in the game's first minute.
And it's Thomas Hill out on Hunt, and he's going to try to shadow him all the way to keep him out of that three-point mode.
There's that matchup. Back out to Anthony and Hurley. Augman.
Kubek just banging around down there on Larry Johnson. And Leitner is trying to help him, not guarding Ackles at all.
15 on the shot. Hunt driving. Hunt. Yep. Great defense by Duke on that trip.
Now that's something that is really out of character for Vegas, and that is to have Anderson Hunt with dribble penetration instead of staying out in his area. That's Anthony's job. Here we see from the high camera the defensive strategy. Johnson's going to have to play perimeter defense. He's capable of doing that, but he'd rather be down on the low post.
Leitner. He was bumped by Ackles.
Jim, I'm seeing a couple of things right off the bat. Jerry Tarkanian made an excellent point. He said, I realize Duke has matchup problems with Kubek on Johnson, but I've got matchup problems with Leitner, because who's going to go outside to pick him up?
2 shots for Christian Leitner. Don't call him Chris. He has an older brother named Chris, who's an umpire in the minor leagues. In fact, is an umpire in the Carolina area. A-ball.
Leitner now 29 of 32 free throws in the NCAA tournament. The #1 free throw shooter in the tournament so far at 6'10".
Adds 2 free throws to the three-pointer he hit earlier. 9-3 Duke.
And look at this pressure. Kubek presses and then gets back for Johnson.
Anthony gets tangled, and they call a foul on Hurley, who was just lying on the floor. The feet got tangled. They slapped the foul on Hurley.
Now, Hurley was down. Anthony went right over the top of him and tripped on Hurley. It had to either be a walk on Anthony or a foul on Hurley, and the official went in that direction. I'm waiting to see when Vegas is going to get that ball to Larry Johnson down low. That's got to be the key for him, and they haven't been able to do it yet.
Kubek has done a great job fronting him so far. Anthony too strong on the jumper. And inside, they call a push-off against Thomas Hill.
And you can believe both of these coaches, after what happened in that first game, will be very hesitant to react too strongly from the sidelines.
Quickly inbounding it to Larry Johnson. Splits the defenders and scores.
And Kubek, I'm sure, cannot be asked to stop Johnson. It's merely to try to hold him up a little bit.
Leitner left open.
Nice dribble penetration by Grant Hill.
Duke a perfect 4 for 4 from the floor.
Oh, he is so strong inside.
But Hill helps out and gets the steal.
Now watch, Duke will go on the attack here. If they don't have something, bring it out and make UNLV work on the defensive end.
Leitner called for it. He got it.
Beautiful feed.
Leitner with 9 already, Billy.
Are we seeing some Mike Krzyzewski attitude on his ball club? It's translated coach to player here. He has his guys believing they can play this UNLV team.
Augman bounce pass to Ackles. Hurley says, hey, there was a travel out there.
He's a guy that loves to referee while he plays. As a matter of fact, his own teammates this year had to have a talk with him to say, Bobby, you play the game, let them referee. Very unusual.
The foul went against Leitner.
Not a bad foul. You put Ackles on the line, who is not a good free throw shooter, instead of giving him one of those dunks.
Of course, earlier in this tournament, Ackles had a sprain on the top of his foot. Left foot hobbled him a bit. He's fine now, but missing the first free throw.
That, of course, not unusual because he's only shooting 59% on the year. (13-6) Duke.
Hurley.
Ackles now coming out to guard Leitner. Leitner won't mind going by him. What a play.
Almost got it. Too strong.
Ackles got away with a pretty good bump there.
Hunt, another high arching shot. Bounces right off the rim and over the backboard. Game 2 from the Hoosier Dome. Indianapolis. Jim Nance and Billy Packer. James Brown and Leslie Visser are here, along with Pat O'Brien and Mike Francesa. Duke with the early lead on the defending champions.
Jim, one of the things that this matchup gives Duke a big advantage, Larry Johnson on Grant Hill, is that now Hurley does not have to dribble the ball up the court and work hard to get the ball in play. So Tarkanian's move to put Johnson on Hill really works in Duke's advantage.
Duke's largest lead, it's at 9. 6 points by Grant Hill. Ackles left open for the jumper.
They'll give him that shot. Percentages there.
Yep, Leitner staying back just to make sure they help out on the Johnson situation.
And you can see Mike Krzyzewski going with substitutes. I guarantee you one of them will be for Kubek just to try to keep him fresh.
Leitner inside. Grant Hill right under the cylinder. And Greg Anthony comes out with it.
And he'll turn that shoulder looking to hit on that pass.
Ogman tied up. Possession arrow belongs to the Rebels.
Excellent play by Kubek to help out.
Well, if anyone wondered if Duke can play with UNLV, the answer early is yes.
Now, I know we're running a little late, but it was certainly worth it. Thank you all.
You've got 25 minutes to make your flight.
We're not going to make it.
The clock's running. If you're crawling,
We're not going to make it.
good thing you're with the rent-a-car company with a built-in shortcut.
Hertz, we're America's wheels.
Hertz Instant Return. You get your receipt on the spot in the lot. It's just one more way. Hertz helps you beat the clock.
Knew we'd make it.
Hertz, we're America's wheels.
Yo, Mars Blackman, here with the ladder's lamp. I am the genie on the lamp. You don't look like a genie. I'm granting you just one wish. What should I wish for? Do you know? $1 million? Nah, tax problem. A new car? Can't drive. I got it. A wop babaloo mop bam boom. Mr. Genie is all right. I am the greatest.
This is a tow truck. It makes your troubles go away. And this is a Civic 4-door from Honda. It also makes your troubles go away. But it won't cost you $10 a mile to do so.
The team's new recruits put Wood in a tough spot.
How fast are you on the 40?
4-4. Good Lord, Coach, we don't have anybody here that can do 4-4 in a Corvette.
Evening save, Monday.
Back at the Hoosier Dome, where the defending champions are trailing for only the 4th time this year. During that last timeout, Jerry Tarkanian said, "What are we doing? What are we doing? We're playing like we're afraid of them." He said, "Get a body on them, get tough, and take the first good shot." Jim?
All right, well, that's not a great play by the Rebels, but a nice save by Hunt. Antonio Lang is in for Duke, along with Brian Davis.
And Lang will be on Johnson. Now, Lang has got more size than Kubek, nowhere near the experience, but is a great shot blocker. There he is.
Grant Hill, and they call it goaltending on Grant Hill.
Lang is a tremendous shot blocker, quick off his feet, but again, does not have the lower body strength. And look at the amoeba defense right away by Jerry Tarkanian. He was getting torn up in the man-to-man. Had to use this against Utah almost the entire second half. You remember when we talked to him the other day, Jim, he said, any game we win where we can't win it man-to-man, I put an asterisk behind the win.
He may need the asterisk today. Davis traveling.
Now, what Mike Krzyzewski does is counter with McCaffrey, and he's going to do this, obviously, for outside shooting against that zone. And it's not like this zone, though, however, lets the shooter have wide-open shots.
Hurley picks up at midcourt. Duke leading by 5.
Davis on Ogman. Boy, there's some neat matchups in this game.
Terrific matchups. Anthony from behind. Lang got a hand on it.
There he is, the shot blocker I talked about.
Lang is a freshman from Alabama, and he started 8 times this year, Billy.
Well, he had 6 blocks against East Carolina and also against Michigan.
Resetting the shot clock. Those 2 6-block performances by Lang were very close to one another. Only 2 players have scored for Duke in this game. Leitner and Grant Hill.
And watch Leitner. He is staying off Ackles as much as possible to help out down inside. Good double down by Hurley that time.
Ackles again challenged for the jumper. Johnson, strong move inside.
Well, there's the block out. Lang has got to forget about trying to get rebounds when they go up. He's got to put a body on Larry Johnson.
6 unanswered for the Rebels.
And they're doing it out of the zone. Now Lang is looking for the lob.
There, Hurley's pass maybe telegraphed a bit. Augman stole it.
But he was trying to get it down to Lang inside, but he threw the baseball pass instead of going for the lob.
Augman somehow got it to Hunt. Look at Ackles' sky and turn around and get the roll.
Well, if you're Mike Krzyzewski, you've got to be saying in the game plan, if Ackles is going to beat us, we were in trouble anyway. And so far, George Ackles has come to the front. His substitute, however, sitting on the bench right now. Now Leitner looking for the lob.
Davis leans in. Ackles takes it away. Johnson made the play. Duke unable to do anything against the Amoeba so far. Larry Johnson fakes. Goes inside and turns it over. Augman couldn't get it.
And, of course, Mike Krzyzewski wanted an offensive charge on that play. No foul call.
Kubek's back in, Billy, for Lang.
Well, what that does against the Amoeba, now they have McCaffrey and Kubek, 2 pretty good 3-point shooters to try to go ahead and extend this defense out a little bit. Davis, as you know, not a good 3-point shooter.
Billy McCaffrey with the basketball.
Good skip pass.
Davis slashing to the hole.
He gets it to go.
Yeah. Had the spin on it, didn't he?
Yep. Second shot today that Duke has been able to get the weasel right over that rim.
Foul on Larry Johnson's his first.
Good skip pass set this up so that Davis could go ahead and cut right through the seam of the zone. Larry Johnson reaches in. He is so strong. That ball went right under Spencer's arm.
It touched the very bottom portion of the glass.
Now Spencer is not going to be able to step out and do the things that Ackles did, and this will be interesting now. He likes to go down on the low blocks and let Larry Johnson outside. So Leitner will have to occupy himself down low with Spencer.
3-point play by Brian Davis to get the lead back to 4 for Duke. Anthony hustling, coming up short. Getting it back, however.
And he is a tough kid. Plays with pain. Great experience. Was known as a shooter and scorer when he was at Portland before his transfer.
Hurley penetrates, dishes to Kubek. 3 from the corner is off. And Johnson snatches the rebound. Look at the pass to Hunt.
Touchdown.
Oh, they handed to Augman. And UNLV ties it at 18.
Have you ever seen anybody in the college game throw that pass better than Larry Johnson? Boy, it's just a flick of the wrist. And now they go back to man-to-man. Got back in this game with their zone. Now they go back to man-to-man. And Leitner wants to clear out against Spencer.
Leitner goes back out to Hurley. And goes on the blocks. Bounced it right off his own chest.
Well, Christian Leitner a little bit too anxious to score.
UNLV on a 12-3 run to tie it.
If you don't have AT&T 800 service and trouble hits, who knows how long you could be out?
Only AT&T automatically protects you through the 800 Assurance Policy. With AT&T, you would be guaranteed back in touch in 30 minutes or less. With anyone else? Who knows? But if you do have AT&T, your 800 service is guaranteed. That's not all. Since AT&T connects calls 25% faster and has the fewest block calls, more 800 calls get through, so you can make more sales. With all that, why choose any other 800 service? Better service, better results. Another AT&T advantage. Call now for free installation.
It begins with the efficiency of sequential poured fuel injection. It flows through a power plant cradled in fluid-filled mountings, and it manifests itself in the precision of Bonneville's fully independent suspension. This is advanced technology you can feel. This is full-sized excitement from Pontiac. This is Bonneville.
Live from Andrews Air Force Base, America's biggest stars welcome home America's returning heroes on the All-Star Salute to Our Troops Wednesday.
Duke and UNLV deadlocked at 18. 11:28 left in the first half. UNLV with 7 offensive rebounds to 0 for Duke.
Not surprising. Duke having to really be conscious of getting back on defense to prevent the break. Anderson Hunt on a rub-off trying to get his jumper.
Spencer. Oh! Missed the short one. But Johnson with the 8th offensive rebound. Missing. With Grant Hill for Duke.
One of the things that UNLV has done is taken away the running game from Duke until that shot by Thomas Hill.
Thomas Hill gets started.
You've got to make some shots in transition against this team.
Three-pointer. UNLV in front.
You know, there's something different, Jim, in terms of the stroke of the UNLV experienced players compared to North Carolina in the first game. I mean, you know, nice, solid follow-through on the shot. Not pinching it off at all. And they go back to the zone.
Spencer came around to deny, but they say he got a hand on the back of Leitner.
Game being very closely officiated so far.
Third team foul on UNLV. Duke will inbound underneath. Leitner had 9 quick points, but since the turn to the amoeba, now back to man-to-man, he hasn't scored. Here's Thomas Hill. Way too strong.
Good job by Spencer, but Spencer twisted his ankle on that one.
Augman suspended in air. Thomas Hill with a high rebound.
We may see Ackles have to come back in the game. Spencer really very gingerly on that ankle.
And grimacing.
Yep.
As he's trying to front Leitner. Hurley, three-pointer.
Pretty good defense.
Will Augman get the rebound?
Anderson Hunt spotting up over the side. 1 is 3.
Greg Anthony off the glass, too strong.
Second offensive rebound by Anthony.
Larry Johnson lays it in. UNLV ahead by 3.
What made the play, though, was Greg Anthony coming in for that second rebound.
Getting the points on second opportunities. Leitner turnaround.
No second chances at all for Duke. It's one shot and done. Probably a walk, got away with it.
Got back in the hands of Augman. Grant Hill comes out of the pack. Bounces it to Hurley. Hits the trailer, and Duke scores with Grant Hill.
Now, Jim, if Vegas is going to get this much offensive rebounding, Duke has got to go long with somebody. Release some players to force UNLV to have somebody back. As we saw, Greg Anthony is in there getting offensive rebounds and penetrating, so nobody's back on defense. And Duke has got to make them pay as they did right there for that play.
You like that pass, didn't you?
Excellent.
Brian Davis has returned to the lineup. Crawford Palmer's in for the Blue Devils. He's fronting Larry Johnson on the far side. They go in to Spencer. Lefty shot way off the
mark.
mark.
Offensive board.
Brian Davis, they say, bumped into Augman.
Another offensive board, though, Jim, and it is really starting to take the toll. A lot of easy second putbacks for UNLV.
11 offensive rebounds now, 11-0, and Ackles is back in.
And what we see right here is Jerry Tarkanian wisely using his two big men. Christian Laettner has not yet been out of the game, and it is going to tell a toll on him as time goes by.
Lob it right over Palmer. Johnson finds Augmon, cutting to the hole, scoring, and a foul.
Great teamwork inside. Larry Johnson with a soft pass. If that ball had been thrown hard, no way it could be handled. It just laid a feathery pass to him. That's just beautiful touch pass. Augmon with the great hands and ability to hang up there and see what's going on before he delivered the shot.
First on Palmer, fifth on Duke. Augmon does not convert the three-point play. He set the record today, his 145th game. Stacey Augmon at UNLV, that's the all-time mark, breaking Freddie Banks' previous games played record. Over Ackles to Laettner. Saves it to Davis. Too strong. There's an offensive rebound by Laettner. First of the game for Duke.
Right, first of the game. You talked about Augmon setting records, a record of their own. Augmon and Johnson became only the fifth, two guys to make the AP first team All-American.
Augmon missing outside, gets back in his hands. Hurley strips it free, the save to Davis.
Hurley's got to get back out on the court. Good, smart move by Davis.
Augmon and Johnson, first team AP All-American. Yep. First two from a team since North Carolina.
That's right, Michael Jordan and Sam Perkins back in 1984.
Yep. Duke can regain the lead with a basket here.
And back to the zone goes UNLV.
Davis gets Ackles to commit. Over to Hurley, three-pointer. Hurley's on his way. Three for Hurley, his first points. Cross-court pass to Hunt. Oh, gets the soft roll. How did Anthony see him?
Anthony has that body turned, ready to fire and deliver that ball in excellent fashion. And, of course, we know that Anderson Hunt can finish, whether it be on the break or the drive. Jerry Tarkanian's been forced to play an awful lot of zone.
Grant Hill lost the dribble. Augmon to steal. Anthony gets the assist to Hunt.
Boy, when UNLV goes on the break, do they convert a high percentage or not? I mean,
You know what that reminded me of? Remember the Arkansas game where it seemed like every time we looked up, Hunt was scoring uncontested on a layup?
Well, as Tark said, it was supposed to be 40 minutes at home, but he thought it was 40 minutes of layups for his team.
What a block by Ackles. 40 minutes of layups, yeah. Anthony. Two-pointer, they say. Laettner on the rebound. 6:50 left in the first half. A two-point lead for the Runnin' Rebels.
And the defense stays in the zone. See, they're matching up out front.
Good pass. Forceful pass. Count the basket. Laettner's going to the line.
This young man has not been out of the game. He's being matched up by two very good centers and still putting on a terrific show. Splitting of the seam with the pass. Christian Laettner goes up, realizing no chance putting it on the board. Go for the dunk, and still scores.
He already has 13, can add a point to that total here. We just talked about Augmon and Johnson being first team All-America. Laettner made second team. That puts Duke back in front, Billy. It's been a good first half, hasn't it?
Excellent first half.
6:36 to go, first half. 1 point lead for Duke.
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS.
Attention! Company! Dismiss!
The people of Delta would like to recognize the sacrifice made by our armed forces and their families.
We do have a special military fare.
Now, with our welcome home fares, active military personnel and their eligible family dependents can travel to USA for 70% less.
Albuquerque, New Mexico? Is that your hometown?
That's right, ma'am. I'm going home.
Delta, we love to fly, and it shows.
Oldsmobile, official car for NCAA championships, calls this time out to tell you about the other game in town. The Oldsmobile Drive to the Final Four Semifinal. At your Olds dealer, you can get a great deal on every new 1991 Oldsmobile. In addition to the terrific values, you'll also have a shot at winning hundreds of prizes like a new Cutlass Supreme or a large screen TV. Hey, with deals like this, you can't miss.
For 50 years, one life insurance company has ranked first in dividend performance more times than any other. Not everyone has heard of us. Some people have. Northwestern Mutual Life.
Is your car shaking, rattling, or rolling? Whether it's alignment, shocks, or struts, Midas uses top technology to diagnose the problem and top technicians to fix it. For suspension or alignment, nobody beats Midas. Nobody.
One-point game, 6:36 to go in the first half. Front court scoring. Duke led by Leitner's big performance, has a 10-point bulge in that area. The team shooting well.
57% against the normal situation where UNLV holds teams to just 39%. Duke plays their first zone of the game.
Leitner is not in there at the moment, but he's checking in at the scores table to get an extended blow.
Right, you can see what the strategy is for Mike Krzyzewski. When Leitner out of the game, go zone, because they'd be very, very small without him in there.
They've got Palmer in the middle. They whip it around to Everett Gray. Gray drives, offensive, they say.
Got by with a walk before the charge. An explosive scorer from off the bench.
No basket. Offensive on Everett Gray.
There's the walk. Then he finally put the ball down, but does pick up the charge.
Crawford Palmer drew the charge. You know, Arnold Palmer used to be noted for his charges, and now Crawford Palmer being known for taking them, right?
Nice dish.
Leitner, too strong. Johnson with a rebound.
Excellent pass inside. Greg Anthony really pushing the ball up the floor beautifully in the first half.
How about that shot? Greg Anthony, 9 for the point guard of the Rebels.
The one thing that Duke has proven, last year they just got taken completely out of the game with a tough man-to-man pressure. Today they have forced UNLV to play the zone.
Everett Gray at the other end. After the Leitner basket. Leitner at the other end gets the rebound.
Leitner is getting chopped up pretty good. That's it. Yes, sir. No question on that one.
With the body, Anthony fouling Hurley. Let's get a report now from Leslie Visser.
In the last time out, Jerry Tarkanian told his team that he wanted them two things. He said he wants them to move the ball around, and they're not moving without the ball. So he wanted both those things. He also wanted George Ackles to get his body on the glass, and he wanted them to penetrate. Of course, Gray was called for the offensive foul there. Jim.
All right, Leslie. Duke leading by a point with possession. 5:10 left in the first half.
Good move here to take some time off the clock to give Christian Leitner a chance to get a breather every once in a while.
Hurley setting up, three-pointer, got the feet set, and nails it.
And an excellent follow-through by Bobby Hurley. The skip pass is working pretty well against the zone.
4-point Duke lead. Kubek fronting Johnson.
What a screen. Johnson open. He'll take the three.
Short. They're all over the back of Leitner. They call it on Ackles.
You know, Christian Leitner looks like a choir boy, but he is a fierce, fierce competitor.
And that is 3 on Ackles.
And we remember Elmore Spencer had the little bit of an ankle problem, and it really changes the strategy when he goes in there. He is a low box player, and he also could not possibly go out and play Christian Leitner in a man-to-man defensive situation.
James Brown has an update for us. James?
All right, Jimmy, in talking with a number of the Duke players before the game, they acknowledged that intimidation was a major intangible advantage that UNLV had last year. Coach K wanted his team to get off to a fast start, not allowing his guys to get a chance to be scared. Last time out, he said, hey, fellas, we've proven we can play with them. It's two teams on equal footing now. Let's go play. Let's get back to Jimmy.
Leitner hits the front end of the 1-and-1. Is the intimidation factor over with for Duke?
Oh, I don't think there's any question about it. As a matter of fact, I think that Duke came out not intimidated from the beginning.
6-point lead for the Devils. Don't leave Hunt open.
Exactly. You know, Hunt is going to flatten out to that position, and you have to run right to him in the beginning because they'll find him, whether it be Johnson or Anthony. They know where he is over there. Back to the man-to-man. I think it's time to give Leitner the ball out at the top. Here he is, but
Spencer will back off a little bit. Respect his ability.
He can't handle him there.
Leaning in. Spencer snaps the rebound. Augman.
Nice defense by Grant Hill.
Greg Anthony with a man on him. Still hits the tying three.
What a half, Jim.
12 points for Anthony. The game is tied at 37. Timeout on the court. The game is tied once again.
I am holding something green and powerful, and it's going to change your weekend.
What, lawn clippers?
I'm picking you up at 4 o'clock.
So where are you taking me?
Wow.
We're staying here?
Reservation for the Newtons?
Yes, ma'am. So how big was that raise?
Big enough.
What else have you got planned?
The whole weekend.
Only one card gives you the privileges of membership, the American Express card. Don't leave home without it.
This sure beats mowing the lawn.
I fall to pieces each time someone speaks your name.
While few race cars are lucky enough to even see the finish line, the rotary-powered Mazda RX-7 has won more races than any other car in IMSA history. The Mazda RX-7.
60 Minutes has had a lot of strange encounters, but the one we had with this man in the kitchen of his house has to be among the strangest. How so? We'll show you Sunday.
Already at the Hoosier Dome, Kansas has advanced to Monday night's championship game. We'll play the winner of this one, Duke and UNLV tied 3:48 before the half. In fact, coming up at halftime, we'll be hearing from Coach Roy Williams a little bit more. And Billy, you guys will be dissecting what happened to Dean Smith at the end of that game when he was tossed out after his second technical. I really feel bad for Dean Smith. I thought he was showing up at the end of that game, although I know the replay is going to show he was out of the coach's box. 2 ticky-tack technicals on the legend, and he was tossed out at the end of the game.
And here we see back to the man-to-man. Larry Johnson now guarding Leitner as Jerry Tarkane decides to go small. First time he hasn't had either Spencer or Ackles in the game.
The lineup for Duke includes Hurley and Thomas Hill. Hill will take the shot. Had an open shot. Bouncing around, last touch by UNLV.
How about Gray going up on the boards that time to keep it alive?
McCaffrey, Leitner, and Hurley, along with Thomas Hill and Grant Hill.
Oh, Anthony, another great play.
Got the steal, tipped it back to Augman, and a little showtime at the other end.
Boy, he's played with a broken jaw. He's played with all kinds of problems in his hands.
Tark told us he'd make a great boxer. Feels no pain, has the quickest reflexes he's ever seen. Greg Anthony.
He's on fire offensively now. Nice punch.
Boy, did Larry Johnson fall for that fake.
Yeah, particularly with McCaffrey, who is not going to be quick enough to blow by him.
Anthony off the hands of Augman. That's twice inside. Same kind of situation.
Well, you know what happened, and Augman realized it was his fault. He saw Larry Johnson breaking from the other side, and he was going to make the pass before he caught the ball. Lost a little concentration there.
Still a low number of turnovers, really, in this first half. 5 for each team. Thomas Hill. That's swatted away by Augman. 4-on-2. Johnson. Again, Augman had a hard time handling it, and Duke will get it back.
Augman, of course, IBA Defensive Player of the Year last year. One of the leading candidates, if not going to be the winner again this year. Excellent shot blocker as well as a guy that can stop ball penetration.
Hurley left open. In between Swish and Bank, and he went right between them. Hunt, so dangerous, in and out. Hill with the rebound.
UNLV contesting a lot of rebounds down on the inside, putting some physical hands on the Duke players.
Leitner. Anthony fell to the floor trying to draw the charge.
That was such a soft shot on the baseline, almost behind the board.
Has almost half their points, 20 of the 41 for Leitner.
Well, I think back of the great game he has a freshman against Georgetown.
East Regional Final. Look at that, way up off the glass, and they say it was touched. Take it away, offensive goaltending.
Well, Gray just tried to funnel it down inside, took away another sensational play by Anthony. We're seeing all-American display by Leitner, and there's no question about the call. The ball was in the cylinder and touched. But we're also seeing one of the best guard performances I've seen in a long time from Greg Anthony.
Grant Hill takes it all the way, too strong.
Better find Hunt.
How about Gray?
Oh, did
Grant
you see
Hill.
Grant Hill?
Yep.
Yeah, and Anthony's getting up slow. He really took a shot. Grant Hill popped him, and to be honest with you, Jim, Grant Hill, if that were seen by the officials, should be out of the game. But what was happening is Vegas was taking a lot of shots at the Duke guys coming down after rebounds, and Hill had taken about all he wanted to, and he popped Anthony. So you talked about him being a fighter. He's down for the 8 count here.
But he's back up.
Here we see Hill coming down. Bam, he popped him. And you know what? I'm going to take it back. It was not a deliberate shot. He got him with his shoulder.
He may have been down for the 8 count, but Richard Steele is not officiating this game. So this one still goes on. Hurley turns it over.
Yeah, Hurley is wanting to get some help on the drive. If they're not going to call that foul, Bobby Hurley has to look to sit down a little bit after he makes his dribble penetration and make the pass.
Game tied, final 30 seconds of the half. Where's the next milestone will be? How will Duke face that second half blitz you talked about, Billy, as one of your Packer points?
Well, Vegas has only been behind at halftime once this year, and that was against Arkansas. Duke, as we know, 26-0 when they lead at halftime.
Anthony. Again, high off the glass. Dangerous pass here. Still 2 seconds to work with. They try to set up Johnson, and the half is here. UNLV by 2. Excellent half of basketball. The end of the first half, the score, UNLV 43, Duke 41. CBS Sports coverage of the Final Four will continue after this message and a word from your local station.
CBS Sports coverage of the 1991 NCAA Basketball National Semifinal game is sponsored by Mazda Cars and Trucks. Mazda, it just feels right. Mountain Dew, as the game heats up, keep it cool with Dew, Mountain Dew, and regular and diet. And by AT&T, the right choice.
For the first time in history, the compact pickup ranked most trouble-free was also ranked highest in truck customer satisfaction. Mazda, a truck so tough, we guarantee it long enough for a trip around the world. Twice. Mazda trucks, guaranteed tough.
It just feels right.
You got the right one, baby.
You got the right one, baby. You got the right thing.
You got the right one.
Baby, you got the right one.
There's only one right one, baby. You got the right one, baby.
Think you can sing our song? Send your videotape performance and you could win $10,000 and appear in a Diet Pepsi commercial.
Yo, Mike, do you know how you defy gravity? Do you know?
Yes, Morris. I overcome the acceleration of gravity by the application of my muscle power in the vertical plane, thus producing low-altitude Earth orbit.
Man, Money, that's some serious smarts. Where you learn that?
In school, Morris.
Mr. Jordan, do you have something you'd like to share with the rest of the class?
Yeah, don't be stupid. Stay in school.
Do what Michael Jordan says. Stay in school!
In the tropics, there are two kinds of heat, love and danger. Sweating Bullets premieres Monday, April 8th on CBS Late Night. It's too hot to sleep.
A football star and a special child.
I can't run.
Yes, you can. But Ricky Bell would face his own painful battles.
It's a muscle disease. I feel like I might break.
And one little boy would give him the courage to go on.
Never quit.
In the tradition of Brian's song, Mario Van Peebles is Ricky Bell. Triumph of the Heart, Tuesday.
This is CBS.
Used to be if you didn't have a truck, you couldn't hang with the boys. Well, they just upped the ante. Now you gotta have a Ford. Why? First of all, Ford F-150 gives you more horsepower and a bigger cargo box. The Ford also has a rugged twin I-beam suspension. Chevy's suspension is similar to some passenger cars.
Passenger cars!
Can you picture yourself four-wheeling in the family car? Then why picture yourself in a Chevy when your Ford dealer can put you in a real truck for less money?
Ford F-150, only at your local Ford dealer.
Only by working together in harmony will we move this city forward and achieve our common goals.
His dream was to lead Chicago beyond the paralyzing bitterness of the 80s. And through 2 years of peace and progress, Rich Daley has delivered. More police, lower property taxes, more money for health care, housing, and the homeless, less for wasteful bureaucracy. On Tuesday, let's do our part to keep Chicago moving forward. Rich Daley for mayor.
It's a bigger job than they thought. Crews struggle with mounds of tornado debris at...
CBS Sports presents The Prudential at the Half, sponsored by the companies of the Prudential. Come to the Prudential and build your future on the rock.
Back at the Hoosier Dome, and it's halftime in Game 2 of the Final Four, and it's a good ball game. UNLV leads Duke 43-41, and good afternoon, good evening, everybody. I'm Pat O'Brien, and once again, welcome to the Prudential at the Half. Mike Francesa and Billy Packer, who gets no rest on this game, comes up to join us because there has been a bit of a controversy because of the ending of the first game. Kansas wins that game, they advance, but Dean Smith was given his second technical in the game, ejected from the game. And Billy Packer, let's show the final moments of the game when Dean was sent away.
Well, we're going to see right here that Dean Smith is not arguing with the official about anything. He is getting a substitute in the game as he was at that point. The technical is called on him, and he's saying, what I want to know is how much time do I have left? The technical, in my estimation, was totally unwarranted, and I don't care if somebody says that he was technically out of the box or not. I mean, technically you could call that, but with 36 seconds to go, you don't call it, and I don't think the technical in the first half was warranted either.
And he had thought that he was given the tee for asking how much time. He didn't know what the idea was, but they are now saying, here's the rule. A head coach may leave his place on the bench, but in so doing, shall stay within the confines of the coaching box, and he was clearly out of the box, but you say the technical was called before that walk.
Well, he was, I'm not going to say whether he was in or not in the box at all. There's a thing called the tower philosophy, and that is realistic officiating. When you have a game like this, and let's make this clear, Kansas was going to win the game anyway. You know, they were and Dean Smith, all he wants to know is how much time do I have? A technical foul is called. You can see he is as surprised as anybody, and that young man right there, Roy Williams, I know felt very sorry for his mentor. A very unfortunate circumstance, and something I want to point out too. The same official threw Billy Tubbs in not necessarily the same situation out of the game in the NIT final, semifinal situation, and I think that the whistles were blown very prematurely on both technicals.
Mike, how about you?
You know, I think that this wasn't any case of Dean Smith making any kind of grandstand play. He wasn't doing anything that really, I think, warranted a technical foul. I was surprised by the whole thing. It was a strange ending the way he went down the bench with the Kansas players and with Roy Williams, but I don't think it warranted the technical foul.
Do you think they showed him up at the end of the game?
Well, I'm not going to say that the intent was to show up Dean Smith. That's certainly not the case, but I think the official has to use realistic judgment as what he's doing in that situation in the ballgame.
Leslie Visser, gentlemen, is standing by with the superintendent of the officials, Hank Nichols, and let's go down to her. Leslie?
I am, Pat. Billy Packer just spoke, Hank, of realistic officiating. What prompted the second technical?
Well, Leslie, there's really nothing I can say about that except that it was a clear violation of the coaching box rule.
Is there some type of judgment call that he could have turned his back? Do you think it was a quick whistle?
Every referee that referees any play has to use judgment.
Pete Pavia, as you know, threw Billy Tubbs out of the NIT. Do you think he now is getting a reputation for having a quick whistle?
Well, I think the NIT situation is really irrelevant, Leslie, for this tournament. You know, this situation happened here, and the rule's clear on what was violated, and the referee made the judgment at the time that he thought was right.
Thank you, Hank. Let's go back to you, Pat.
Billy, your reaction to that?
Well, if I'm in Hank Nichols' position, I say exactly the same thing. Right. He's a supervisor official, has to protect him. I don't have to protect anybody. I thought it was very poorly officiated from that standpoint and very unfortunate for a guy who's a legend in the game and certainly wasn't trying to disrupt the game with his actions.
I like to see common sense and judgment. I don't think we saw either there.
All right, let's put this one to rest. Billy, thanks for joining us up here.
Appreciate
There's, of course,
it very
a
much,
much happier side to all this. Coach Roy Williams, he's going to the championship game, and when we come back, we'll chat with him. Stay with us. Halftime continues. We'll be back.
One of these travelers knows that some payphones are connected to operator service companies you've never heard of. Some who can charge 2 to 3 times more than AT&T for long-distance calls. One of them knows a way to avoid being overcharged is to dial 10-ATT-0 and the number. Which one knows all this? The one who isn't being taken to the cleaners. 10-ATT-0 for fair prices and quality service. We're always there to help.
The Metrodome in Minneapolis will host the 1992 NCAA Final Four. For information to obtain an official ticket application, call 1-900-646-1992 or write the NCAA at this address. Ticket recipients will be selected from a random drawing of applications. Call 1-900-646-1992. 50 cents for the first minute, 45 cents each additional minute. Applications must be received by April 30th, 1991. This message provided by the NCAA.
Every game, my teammates depend on me, so I have to stay in control. There's no way I would let them or myself down by using drugs. So stay in control. Don't use drugs.
If you or someone you know needs help or information concerning drug abuse, call this toll-free number, 1-800-662-HELP. This message provided by the NCAA.
We see in intercollegiate athletics today with the number of minority individuals that there was not the formation or the avenue for minorities to get more collectively involved. This committee was formed to create opportunities for a greater diversity of involvement in intercollegiate athletics. Now you have a diverse group of people within the governance structure to take forward changes that need to obviously occur.
This message provided by the NCAA.
Welcome back to the Hoosier Dome. Pat O'Brien and Mike Francesa sitting. Actually, we're in the Kansas section, if you can believe that. It's a heck of a place to be. By the way, the score in this game is 43-41, the Running Rebels. But we're joined now by Coach Roy Williams, and congratulations as your fans and the students here behind you. What was the difference? Your team was intense. They were patient. The difference today?
To me, I think it was defense. I think about 8 minutes into the first half, we were not as intense as we needed to be. We weren't up on the ball. We were not in the lanes, and at that point, we really picked it up, and that helped us offensively also, and basically kept that up the whole game.
Coach, I'd like to get your feelings on what it was like at the end of the game with what happened with Coach Smith, someone you're so close to, an ejection, a strange situation as he comes down the bench. Your thoughts at the time?
Well, I don't like that the game ended like that. I think it takes away from the performance of our kids, and I think that was more important. I thought it was awful silly technical. I heard what was said, and I didn't think that warranted a technical, and I'm not going to get into the rules part of it. I think it's not the story. The story is our kids played their tails off.
Congratulations again, Coach. The story right now is that Duke is hanging in here tough. Your thinking on this game?
Well, I think Duke has the tempo that they want. They're controlling the tempo. I think they're in great shape. Every psychological advantage you can have is on the Duke side. Vegas has really got their work cut out for them.
All right. Got a pick for this game?
No, I don't care because I'm in the game Monday. I don't care.
Congratulations. We'll see you Monday. Let's get out of James Brown. JB?
All right, Patrick, thank you very much. You know, in the first half, Mike Krzyzewski wanted to accomplish a couple of objectives, and he feels awfully good about them. Number one, he challenged his team to come out and play like men, not to be intimidated. That they accomplished. Number two, it was kind of unspoken in that they were a little concerned whether or not Grant Hill, the freshman, would give them a big game. He did. 8 points and 4 rebounds combined with Christian Laettner to score 28 of the 41. And finally, Duke thinks it's found a weakness in UNLV, a weakness that's been a strength of theirs all year. Their defense. If they can employ a 5-pass offensive set whenever UNLV is in the zone, they think they'll wear down UNLV because their bench, Duke's bench, is deeper and stronger. Now let's go over for the UNLV story and Leslie Visser.
James, a year ago, of course, Duke did not have the vaguest idea. Clearly they do this year. But assistant coach Tim Gerger said this game reminds him of Georgia Tech last year in the semifinals when they trailed Georgia Tech by 7 points. He said what they've got to do is get better ball penetration. They allowed the other team to shoot more than 50%. I think they've been holding them to 40% all year. They also, of course, have to clamp down on Christian Laettner, who had 20 points. We'll see if any of that happens. Up to you.
All right, Leslie, JB, thank you very much. Coach, thanks for joining us. Going to party tonight, or?
Want to have a good time tonight.
All right, okay. Coming up the second half, Jim and Billy will be back, and we'll see you later on. Enjoy the second half here on CBS after a message and a word from your local stations.
Stay cross. Cross.
The Prudential at the Half was sponsored by the Prudential. Come to the companies of the Prudential and build your future on the Rock.
A new car warranty should cover the entire car for many miles. Now take Ford Taurus. Its basic warranty ends at just 12,000 miles.
But the basic warranty on the new Cutlass Supreme goes a bit farther.
Like from New York to LA and back 6 times, plus a trip to Anchorage, Alaska.
Cutlass Supreme with its bumper-to-bumper plus warranty. Here's one car that does it all and does it right.
This is the new generation of old.
Great values, big prizes during Oldsmobile's drive to the Final Four Sell-a-thon. You can't miss.
Some people think Marge Connor is, well, frugal. Because she clips coupons, redeems cans, buys her holiday decorations the second week of January, finds a penny, picks it up, and often takes her granddaughter for breakfast at McDonald's. Because at McDonald's today, new lower prices really give you a break. And these days, what's wrong with being a little, well, frugal?
This is CBS.
Have you looked at the prices of new cars lately? Mobil One. Isn't your car worth the extra protection? Now, get this free racing video when you buy 6 quarts of Mobil One or get a Mobil One oil change. You can also win a Pontiac Grand Prix. Mobil One's free racing video. You just can't lose.
Spring, when one's fancy turns lightly to thoughts of trucks. Your Great Lake GMC truck team announces $1,000 cash back on US 15 Sonoma pickups and S Jimmys. Get $500 on new 91 Sierras. Test drive the new 4-door S Jimmy with standard anti-lock brakes and optional 4-wheel drive. So this spring, save some big bucks on some incredible trucks at your Great Lake GMC truck team dealer. Because winter was no picnic.
They say it's a coast to the finish for Mayor Daley. We'll show you why on Channel 2 at 10.
1991 NCAA Basketball National Semifinal game is sponsored by today's Chevrolet, who invite you to see why more people are winning with a heartbeat of America. Gillette and the revolutionary Gillette Sensor Shaving System. Gillette, the best a man can get. And by the greatest sports performance shoe in the world, the Reebok Pump, Pump Up and Air Out.
Well, here we are for the second half, and UNLV in a tight one. 43-41 lead over Duke. Offensive rebounding edge. That was 11-0 at one time. Second half points as a result of it, 16-2. And the field goal percentage is pretty even. Top scorers, Laettner with 20, Greg Anthony was 16, and folks, let me tell you, there have been a couple of situations like this, Billy, in the tournament where someone's been competitive with UNLV for a half, but the next couple of minutes we'll find out, right?
Well, just think of the Seton Hall game where they came out the second half where Seton Hall had played a very, very quality first half and just blew them away. The first 7 possessions, Seton Hall never even got off a shot. Let's see what happens here.
That went off 14-0 run against Seton Hall in that West Final. And the man usually in this spot has been Larry Johnson. He had 10 of the 14 on that run against Seton Hall.
Oh, nice give and go.
Right away. Duke says you're not going to do it.
Jerry Tarkanian took his towel and wanted to throw it in the stands on that one. He doesn't want to see a team execute a play like that against what he thinks is a vaunted defense. Kubek just hanging around with Johnson.
Augman not as sharp as he normally is today. Thomas Hill with the rebound.
Not trying to get the ball to Johnson down low with Kubek on him. Nice job by Leitner to come out and meet the pass. No way.
Thomas Hill, and Duke has the lead in the second half. Hunt right back with a 3.
Now, what happened there, Jim, is you have Thomas Hill is being played by Anthony, so he takes him down in the low post. When he's down in the low post, what happens? The Anderson Hunt runs down to his spot-up position, and somebody will have to take Anderson Hunt because there's no way for Hill to go 90 feet to catch him.
Duke led for about 2 seconds. And here's a steal, almost. Hurley gets it back.
People are going to have to come and meet the pass here. UNLV cutting off all of the plays, and Hurley picks up his dribble. So if nobody comes to meet the ball, there's no way for him to throw it.
Here's a stat for you, Billy. In the second half of games this year, UNLV's only trailed in 2 other occasions, Michigan State and Arkansas, but a total of 1 minute and 20 seconds in over 11 hours of action. And here comes Hunt. Breakaway time.
Excellent defense by UNLV and poor execution by Duke. Not to set the screen and step out to get that inbound pass.
3-point Vegas lead.
And they're staying man-to-man here at the start of the second half.
That's Vegas's largest lead of the game.
Boy, they are really cutting off the dribble now.
A little too tight a hand check, they say, by Augman, his first.
But I'm really impressed the way Grant Hill is playing in this game, Jim. And as we mentioned last week, he was having a lot of problems. He's playing with a lot of confidence out here today.
I still maintain that opening tip basket had him brimming with confidence. There he is.
There he is. He's playing like a veteran. One of the truly outstanding freshmen in the country.
And that is on Ackles, his 4th.
And this year, after a loss at Duke, where Mike Krzyzewski did not feel his team played well, he brought them back on the bus, got off the bus, and said, fellas, we're going to practice. They practiced, and Grant Hill took one in the nose, got a broken nose, and missed a number of games. Took him a while to come back from that.
3rd year in a row, Coach Krzyzewski has had a key freshman in the starting lineup. Last year it was Hurley. The year before that it was Leitner. 3-point play by Hill.
And an interesting move by Jerry Tarkanian. It's not Spencer. Tarkanian goes small, which means that he's going to match Leitner up with Johnson.
Augman has it taken away. Hurley.
He finishes.
And he is fouled. I was wondering myself, would he finish the break or would he wait for his teammates and pull it out?
Well, I think tremendous strategy by Mike Krzyzewski here in terms of any time they could push the ball up the court, they're doing it. Bobby Hurley sets his sight on that goal just as Anderson Hunt does when he goes on that break and converts a beautiful play. The Duke team, which over the last 6 years have averaged turning the ball over 20 times by their opponents, get a big one there.
3-point lead for Duke. That man, Ackles, saddled with 4 fouls.
Now you'd have to say the matchup in man-to-man favors Duke a little bit.
That's a little too aggressive for Leitner, his 2nd. By the way, Billy, Duke started the game 5 for 5 from the floor. Now they're 4 for 4 in this half.
Now look at how Larry Johnson posts up down low. Has incredible body strength and gets Christian Laettner on it back, Laettner can do nothing.
Inbounds.
And that ball was not goaltending because it had no chance to go in.
And Hill is hurt.
Hill is down.
Gets to his feet, but the basket is made.
And you see whose man that is. That is Thomas Hill's man. Anderson Hunt, who hits the jumper. He's in some serious pain here. Gets twisted around. Just got his back twisted around. Boy, did he go up in the air. You can see right there is where he gets twisted. And goes down and stays down. And while he's on the floor, Anderson Hunt is spotting up at his patented three-point area and just buries another three-pointer.
And the three by Hunt ties the game. Hunt with 18 points. 8 already in this half with only 2.5 minutes to play in the second half.
It's amazing, Jim, how patient he is to stand out in that three-point area, knowing his teammates being so unselfish will eventually find him. And he's always squared up when he shoots that jumper and has the perfect release. They're keeping Thomas Hill right down on the floor.
Now on his feet for Thomas Hill, Duke.
This gives Christian Laettner an opportunity to get a breath. We talked about how in the first half, Jerry Tarkanian tried to use both big men to wear him down. Laettner had a great first half with 20 points, and he's out there now going to be matched up probably a good portion of the rest of this night with Larry Johnson on both ends of the floor.
We have had 9 ties in this game and 15 lead changes.
51-51. Remember, Oklahoma, Kansas, 50-50 first half, 88.
Championship game. That was the halftime score.
Augman battles Laettner.
May have heard Larry Johnson. He didn't like the call. Hurley will inbound.
They're making it tough to get that ball in bounds. Good job by Davis.
Slashes to the hole, came up way short. Oh, they called goaltending.
Now that's the second time today that Gray won an offensive goaltending. And this second one, I believe this shot would have been a little short.
Oh, it just looked like it fell off his hands.
Exactly. I don't think it had any chance to go in.
I'm not even sure it would have gotten to the rim.
Right.
Duke back in front. Third team all season to lead UNLV in the second half, joining Arkansas and Michigan State.
Kubek has got to help out there for Laettner. He's going to pick up some foul trouble inside.
Laettner gets the steal, denies the entry.
Hurley wanting to go over the top of Larry Johnson, and what happened is Augman's coming from the weak side.
Kubek missing.
Look at where Hunt is. He's
Davis, nice play to reach in and take it out of the hands of Gray.
About the first tough judgment that Anthony made today. He had no passing angle there on the break. Anderson Hunt wanted the ball on the sideline there for a three.
The winner of this game plays Kansas Monday night for the championship. Crawford Palmer back in, Kubek out.
Nice move by Mike Krzyzewski. That puts Palmer on Johnson and allows Laettner to guard Gray and stay out of foul trouble. Jerry Tarkanian, being the brilliant strategist he is, said, no, I'm not going to let you have an off day here. He comes back with Spencer, so Laettner has to guard somebody in the low post.
Anthony, sensational day.
His third offensive rebound.
But he misses 2, and it's off UNLV.
You can see what UNLV is doing. They're crashing everybody to the boards. Duke has got to take advantage with some long passes for fast breaks. Solid screen coming up for Hurley.
Hurley weaving around. Missing the jumper.
Yeah, tough shot.
Augman looking for the break opportunity. Johnson on a wing. Hunt. Nice drive.
Well, you can't fault Davis on that because he realized the toss was going to come back for Anderson Hunt, who beat him with the dribble, and you can't take away everything.
Hunt had 29 against Duke in last year's title game to claim the MVP honors of the Final Four. He has 20 in this one. Crawford Palmer way too high. But the foul is called on Anthony. Now he hurt his hand.
Yes, he hurt his hand again. And he's just going to sit back. Most guys would not have even played with that injury. He'll battle back.
Sure he will. UNLV and Duke dueling it out.
We're honored to be America's favorite cars, but that's not all we're honored for. The Lumina sedan was chosen as Family Circle magazine's Domestic Family Car of the Year. Consumers Digest chose 7 Chevrolets as best buys in their class, including the new Caprice, Chevy S10 Blazer, Chevy Corsica, and Chevy CK, America's favorite half-ton pickup. And if that wasn't enough, the Corvette ZR1 was chosen by Road and Track as one of the 10 best cars in the world. We're honored by all the awards and applause. But more than that, we're honored by the fact that more people depend on Chevrolet than any other car.
The heartbeat of America.
Listen, we can't avoid it. The next item before the board is benefits.
Well, first of all, this cost issue has got to be addressed.
Come on, Steve. These benefits are for our people. Some of them have been around since we ran this place out of a garage.
John, you're forgetting one thing.
What's that?
I'm one of those people. We'll do our best. We won't let them down.
Mass Mutual, we help you keep your promises.
There's something big happening tonight. The Flash is on the move to Saturdays to stop a supervillain from spreading his own deadly justice. All new tonight.
Hot action at the Hoosier Dome in Indianapolis. Jim Nance and Billy Packer and Duke. And UNLV tied at 53. Completely different kind of game from last year's championship game. Everyone had wondered all week, could Duke do it?
And Jim, they've handled that onslaught of immediately coming out the start of the second half. Oh, Leitner, we saw Freddie Brown pass all over again.
Run right into the hands of Hunt, and he falls. Hunt falls on his arm or elbow.
Remember the shoulder. Remember Hunt's shoulder problem, which he re-aggravated in an auto injury this week.
Leitner just got mixed up. Threw it right in the hands of Hunt.
Exactly. It was a Freddie Brown play. You can see Hunt fearlessly going in there, and you can see he comes down on that shoulder. Anderson very hot out there. Feel that he was undercut. Boy, these are tough kids mentally and physically.
So McCaffrey is called on the foul. Hunt regroups and goes to the line.
But I'll tell you one thing, I'm sure that the UNLV players are gaining some respect for the courage of the Duke players as well, Jim. And that's one thing we knew about this team, and Mike Krzyzewski's told us all year. This club is a tougher team physically and mentally than the one he brought to the final field last year.
You remember yesterday, Kansas watching everyone else practice? Well, now they're leaving the locker room, showered and dressed, and, well, they're going to go back, heading to the bus. Hunt makes 1 out of 2. He has all 11 points in this half for the running Rebels.
And he is fired up. The intensity level in his eyes right now to go after Bobby Hurley is unbelievable. Oh, that could be intentional.
Away from the action, they call it on Augman.
That'll be 2 and the ball. Two in the ball on Augman, and now McCaffrey wants to go to the line. A very outstanding free throw shooter. I believe Davis is the one that should be up there, however.
2 shots for Brian Davis. And Duke will have possession. That's Duke's first miss from the line in this game. 8 out of 9.
Well, Davis, a 74% free throw shooter. And of course, McCaffrey, an outstanding free throw shooter at 84%.
This one would tie it. Tied at 54.
It's interesting, Jim, how much more difficult it is to shoot free throws when there's nobody down on the lane. You know, all by yourself out there.
It's a lonely, lonely feeling. Hunt, great steal.
You know, Duke has had terrible problems today getting the ball in bounds and out of bounds situations.
Hunt misses the jumper. Davis right into his arms for the rebound.
Looking to go long.
Swings it over to Hurley. Now McCaffrey.
Leitner walked, got by with a nice dish.
Beautiful pass. He wrapped it around the defender, right into the arms of Davis for the bucket. Oh, a steal by McCaffrey. Two players on the floor. Palmer helped force it. Davis will challenge.
And tried to put it up with the left hand. Not a good idea.
Bad angle.
Yep.
Hunt flashes. Oh, misses. Palmer with a couple of big plays.
Yes, and a good job by Bobby Hurley to slow things down a little bit. And Larry Johnson gives the fist. He's tired. He wants to come out of this one.
And Ackles gets off the bench to check in for him.
It's going to be a war of wills here. And Jim, remember what we said at the top of the show, pressure points? There will come a time in this game, if UNLV doesn't get a good run going here, that they'll start looking at that clock. We're talking about immortality here, an opportunity to tie UCLA, one of the great streaks of all time, an undefeated national championship. A lot of pressure going to build.
McCaffrey draws the foul. Talk about pressure points. They're dealing with unknown territory in a close game down the stretch. Let's go to Leslie Visser.
Jim, a couple of the guards for UNLV are a little bit banged up. Anderson Hunt's been flexing his right hand and, of course, his left shoulder. He aggravated this week after he hurt it against Seton Hall. Greg Anthony has that perennial, the ring finger on his left hand that he's been icing over here during the timeout. Jim?
You remember last year, Bobby Hurley having to run back and forth to the bathroom?
Right, had the flu, in all fairness to the young man who did not have a good Final Four last year, but he has certainly played well today, and I don't believe he's been out of the game, has he, Jim?
No, he's gone the whole way.
Yep.
Today it's UNLV's guards feeling a little bit beat up and blue.
McCaffrey, an excellent free throw shooter. Has a funny rotation for a good shooter, but buries them normally.
3-point Duke lead. Anthony on the floor doing a little Harlem Globetrotter act.
Obviously not walking because he kept the dribble alive. And with Johnson out, Duke getting very aggressive with their man-to-man.
Hurley's on the foul, score the basket. And Anthony gives him a glaring stare as Hurley's on the floor right after the basket.
And everybody's being tested right now in regard to the Wills. You can't ask for any better defense by Bobby Hurley, and you can't ask for any better offense by Greg Anthony. See Hurley moving those feet very well. Anthony just goes up on him and then hesitates, using his chest to go ahead and fend off the defender. And look at that follow-through. Right on down to Bobby Hurley's face.
Yeah. Gave him the icy glare for about 3 seconds. First player other than Hunt to score in this half, and the three-point play ties it at 57. What a game we're having. Second part of our national semifinals. The winner plays Kansas.
And back to the amoeba defense. Some pretty good shooters on the floor right now for Duke. McCaffrey being one of them. There he is. He's over the line.
That's a two-pointer.
Yep.
Had both feet right on the line.
Yep. Good job by Hurley to recognize that he had him flattened out on the side.
Anthony. In and out. And Grant Hill barks as he makes the rebound. He's having a big day. On the wing, Leitner.
Oh, left hand. Sensational play. Larry Johnson sitting on the sidelines ready to come back in. And there's a quiet Stacey Augmon.
Spencer tried to dunk the follow.
Jim, you know, everybody has talked about Mike Krzyzewski and his incredible record in the NCAA tournament. He has lost 4 out of the last 5 years to the national champion, eventual national champion. Some stretch.
The only team he failed to lose to that didn't go on to win it was to Seton Hall in '89 after Michigan beat Seton Hall in the final. An air ball free throw by Spencer.
86, he lost to Louisville. 87 to Indiana, not in the Final Four, but lost to the eventual champ. 88, of course, to Kansas, and 90 last year to UNLV.
Johnson in now for the shooter, Elmore Spencer. Good job by Elmore to make the second one. You're talking about pressure, Billy. You airball the first one.
Well, Ackles back in 2 with 4. You're right, Jim. He buried the second one, looked very good at doing it. Back to aggressive man-to-man with the starting team now on the floor for UNLV with arrested Larry Johnson. And Ackles also arrested. So they should pick up some defense here.
Duke has all of its starters except for Thomas Hill, who was out. McCaffrey in. McCaffrey comes up short.
He got pushed by Larry Johnson on the play. What
There's
a pass.
The pass from Anthony. And Hunt wants the intentional foul.
It should not have been because Hurley was, and I don't see any official signifying intentional. Hurley did the right thing. He just engulfed him.
Oh, we've got a technical, Billy.
I think it's going to be a technical on UNLV as well. Now, what's going to happen here? Is it going to have
Johnson?
Yeah, it's going to be 2 shots. Tark is incorrect on that one. Bobby Hurley did a good job. He was going to play a defensive play. He did not push from behind. He made a basketball play defensively. So that's going to help Duke because they'll get 2 shots on one end and the ball back. There's another one of those patented tosses. Hunt goes in. Now watch Hurley. He's going up to make the block. He went after the ball. Aggressive, but he went after the ball.
Just happened to take Anderson Hunt's arms off. But...
See the play. Bobby Hurley goes up, going for the block. Stays with it all the way.
Hunt missed the first. They are huddled on the sideline at UNLV. They are slapping each other on the back, saying, let's go after it. A moment ago, there was a nice gesture. Anderson Hunt went over to Bobby Hurley and shook his hand and said, hey, now let's play basketball down the stretch.
Well, they have not backed this Duke team down.
Put Leitner on the line. He's the obvious choice to shoot the technicals. Technical went against Larry Johnson. One more for Leitner, and it'll be Duke's basketball.
It's great to see both of these teams with the intestinal fortitude they have. I mean, they're just not backing down to each other. That's wrong.
Duke by 3. 62-59, 11:49 to go.
Gillette presents Sensor, the system, the technology that will change the way you shave forever. Sensor, twin blades set on springs to read your face and respond. Independent suspension to sense and adjust to every curve of your face. No other razor comes close. Gillette Sensor, for the best shave a man can get.
Every business morning, while the rest of the world is getting up, UPS is guaranteeing overnight delivery before 10:30 for far less than other companies charge. And every business morning, more people are waking up to that fact.
Good morning.
Morning.
Playing basketball is hard on your body, but it's really tough on your feet. The pump. Where were you when I needed you? If I could play today, I'd pump up for support, protection, and a custom fit. Hey, it's time to move to a new neighborhood. Pump up and air out.
Switch to the greatest sports performance shoe in the world, the Reebok Pump. Pump up and air out.
I'm Charles Kuralt. A wave of Russian immigrants to Israel changes the face of the Promised Land. That story and many others this Sunday morning.
Well, a moment ago, I talked about the sportsmanship on the floor that was exhibited. Anderson Hunt coming over to Bobby Hurley. Duke with the basketball and a 3-point lead. to challenge Augment. He gets it back over to Kubek.
Wisely.
Kubek.
Nice fade.
Yes. Jump, stop, and hits it. His first 2 of the game for the first player ever to play in 4 Final Fours. Greg Kubek.
And I'm going to venture to say the last.
Johnson got the pump fake. Kubek committed. Johnson hit it. He's been silent, though, Billy, in the second half. That's his first 2 of the second half, 8 for the game.
Of course, he sat down for a good portion of it, and he asked to come out.
Yeah, out of exhaustion.
Yep. Now, look at this matchup. Ackles on Kubek.
Ackles with the 4 fouls.
And the reason for that is Jerry Tarkanian knows Kubek's the least likely guy to go ahead and put the ball on the floor to get him out of there. Oh, that's blocked.
Underneath is Leitner. Second chance. And a foul called on Johnson.
Johnson is starting to get a little hot. It's the first time I've seen him lose his cool.
Well, he
said, how about down on the other end? There's no question he committed the foul there.
Let's get a report from James Brown.
Jimmy, playing off of Billy Packer's comment about Larry Johnson getting hot. Brian Davis of Duke told me before the game, hey, this will be about establishing territorial rights on the basketball court. He said in playground vernacular, it's called not succumbing to the wolfing, the talking by Vegas. I guarantee you that my guys will not back down. During the last timeout when Hurley walked over, Davis gave him a high five. Davis turned to me and winked and said, hey, I told you so. Let's go back to Jimmy.
All right, Davis's roommate and best friend, Christian Leitner, hits the first of 2. One of 2, 4-point lead for the Blue Devils.
And Duke goes back to the zone. Look out, Anderson Hunt.
Look out, Larry Johnson. Made it from there last time. It was a 2. That was a 3-point try. Kubek with the rebound.
And if Vegas doesn't come back with Larry Johnson taking 3s, they need him down on the box.
Look who's back. Thomas Hill in for Duke.
Yep. And Duke's spreading it way out now. Look at where they've set up their offense.
Well, they've got half of a half to go to make history. To wipe out one of the most heralded teams in college basketball history.
Well, this is doing a number of things. It's going to make Vegas do all the work, and it rests Christian Leitner.
Duke starting 5 on the floor. Hurley, Kubek, Hill, and Leitner.
Johnson with a big play.
They tried to go inside to Leitner. Johnson came around. Underneath Augment.
Very well executed. The cross-court passing from Hunt to Greg Anthony set that up.
Augment's first 2 of the second half. It's taken Augment and Larry Johnson a long time to get into the swing of things in the second half.
Mike Krzyzewski tried to play a little delay there. He might want to get his team right back into playing. Oh, there's a foul. Yeah. No call on Anthony.
Anthony almost had a headlock on Hill, but it's a turnover, and let's go to Leslie Visser.
Jim, Jerry Tarkanian has shown some real fiery emotion in the last couple of timeouts. He wants the team to keep moving the ball around, specifically to get it to Larry Johnson. No surprise there, but he's told them, you haven't gotten it to Larry during the entire half. He wants that defensive intensity on the other end. Jim?
All right. Anthony trying to drive on Hurley, joined by his partner in the backcourt, Hunt. Everett Gray is in, Johnson and Augment. Hunt scores, and he is fouled.
And he is showing us something today, Jim, in this respect. He realizes that Duke is not going to let him take the 3, and he's driving right on by. It's an excellent play on his part. Because what Duke has been doing, anytime he touches the ball, they're rushing at him to take away the jump shot. And that's the second time today he's put the ball on the floor and driven in for a layup.
Chance for a 3-point play and to give the Rebels the lead at 66-65 if he makes. He does. He had not been off to a great start in this tournament. The first 4 games, his shooting was well below his average. But today, he's turned it on.
And again, you see UNLV turning up that defensive intensity, particularly Larry Johnson fighting Leitner down inside. What Hurley's trying to do is to pick up the switch on the solid screen.
Bounce pass came back to him. Thomas Hill in traffic. Say off the foot of a UNLV player. Duke retains. What a day of basketball in Indianapolis. Leitner snaps it over. Skip pass to Hill. Right back to that corner to Hurley.
Really good defense by Vegas there.
Hill got caught.
Whoa, and Hill went in the air and was going to take the shot. Greg Anthony with a great defensive play. Cannot believe he was called for the foul on the pass. That's his fourth. Now Tark has Ackles with 4 and Anthony with 4.
And that's 8 on the running Rebels, so Duke will shoot a 1-and-1.
See the play right here. Oh, he did. He got him on the elbow. Not on the shooting hand either.
Thomas Hill writes right-handed, eats right-handed, plays tennis right-handed, does everything right-handed but shoot the basketball. And he decided in junior high that he just felt more comfortable shooting it lefty.
For UNLV, number 40.
Well, in the tournament, 18 against Northeastern Louisiana, 17 Iowa, 18, of course, against Connecticut. Just an outstanding player in the tournament with an explosive score.
Billy, let's watch now as Anthony has to sit with 4. Ackles is in.
Now, that means that Anderson Hunt is going to be required to be the floor general, which takes away a lot of his scoring. Secondary ball handler probably going to be Stacey Augman.
2 free throws by Thomas Hill, and Duke's back in front by 1. The 19th lead change of this game.
Boy, Bobby Hurley is going to pressure Hunt here, and this really takes away an awful lot of his ability to score because he's got to handle the ball.
Hunt trying to drive on Hurley. Takes the jumper. Oh, what a day for Anderson Hunt. 27 points.
Anderson Hunt taking on the challenge.
UNLV by 1.
Going against the zone.
Ryan Davis back over to Hurley. Perimeter passing. Hurley wanted it. Faked.
They just don't give you that three-point shot.
They sure don't. Inside the Leitner. No goaltending. Now there have been other ones called. That may have been the best case, but it's a block. Duke has possession. Timeout on the court. UNLV by 1.
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS.
There's a thread that runs through our lives. A thread that binds us together. Friendship, family, pride. These are the values that endure. The best things have always been those that last. Chevrolet, the truck that lasts.
The heartbeat of America. Chevrolet. Being cool, you'll find. Yes, a state of mind. Gotta keep it cool when things get hot. Cool is all you got. Keeping it cool with down. Keeping it cool with down. Keeping it cool with down.
And tomorrow at 4 o'clock Eastern, we'll have the women's championship game, Virginia against Tennessee. And Monday night, Kansas against the winner of this one. 8:30 Eastern time. We'll get started with our coverage. Prelude to a championship. The tip is at about 9:10. UNLV being threatened like at no other time this season. Leading by 1 with 7:20 to go. They lob it. Davis underneath. Leitner tries to keep it alive, and it's off his hands. It belongs to UNLV.
Well, in that particular case, Davis gave Ackles too much credit as a shot blocker. He needed to go up strong with that one and draw potentially his 5th foul.
How about the 2 guards for Vegas?
Incredible. 46 of 68 points so far today.
Anderson Hunt trying to add to his 27. Long rebound comes to Davis. A basket, and Duke regains the lead.
Hurley was looking long. Wisely didn't take a chance. And UNLV has to go back to the zone, trying to protect the foul problems that they have. Ackles and Anthony both with 4. Anthony presently sitting out. Oh, he's back out there, isn't he? So he's got 2 on the floor with 4.
Anthony and Ackles.
Oh, nice drive. Nice drive.
Looked like another number 23 on that one, didn't he? Way he slashed to the basket. Guy used to play in the ACC a little bit, Michael Jordan.
You know
run by 1.
You know the numbers, Jim. I never know numbers.
Hunt. That's a 3-pointer. Whoa, way short. They say it was off Johnson.
And again, Brian Davis charging right out at Anderson Hunt. Not so easy to make those threes when a 6'5" athlete comes right in your face who can really jump.
6 minutes to go. And we'll find out about pressure points, Billy.
One of the keys that we talked about before this game started. So much on the line for these UNLV players. Not to say it isn't for Duke, but you know, most of these guys are going to have another chance.
20 on the shot clock.
Matter of fact, on the floor, there's not a senior for Duke.
Meanwhile,
Grant Hill looking inside, lost concentration.
Freshman turns it over. 4 seniors on the floor for UNLV.
And isn't it amazing, Jim, they haven't been able to get the ball to Larry Johnson. I mean, we talked about the big mismatch Duke would have. Now they do, down inside.
Johnson follows. And a foul called on Thomas Hill.
Accidental elbow by Larry Johnson that time hit Thomas Hill. And there was a nice piece of officiating. Wasn't intentional at all. Now watch Johnson makes his first play and bounces back up to make the second one. Just quick, powerful move.
You talk about backing in, though, on your defender, huh?
You'll see the little elbow right there, and that was not intentional at all. And Bobby Hurley again whining a little bit, but certainly should not have been called.
8 points for Johnson to go with 12 rebounds. You know, Johnson and Thomas Hill, who now sits, replaced by Kubek. Hill and Johnson actually had played against one another in high school. They're both Texans. Larry out of Skyline High School in Dallas, and Thomas Hill out of Lancaster, Texas. And the 2 free throws give the Runnin' Rebels the lead.
Well, Larry Johnson has been considered by some the National High School Player of the Year. He's been the National Junior College Player of the Year, and of course, the National College Player of the Year. Good feed.
Kubek to Davis. Greg Kubek.
Has he come on well for Duke? A young man who at Christmas time, when he didn't play against Oklahoma, was going to stay home and not come back to Duke.
Was despondent about his playing time. On the blocks, Johnson. That's an automatic 2.
Inadvertent whistle here. Jerry Tarkanian wanting timeout.
Well, there's no timeout.
I don't know what that call was all about. He certainly wouldn't want to take one now.
By the way, Tark today is going for his 600th Division I victory. Right at 599. Second to Dean Smith in Division I victories. Active coaches. Oh, here comes the steal.
Pass.
Yep. Hunt over to Anthony. Gets the follow by Hunt, I should say. And a 3-point lead for the defending champions with 4:20 to go.
Twice, Hurley and Grant Hill did not connect on what should have been an easy pass.
Kubek with a 3. Would have been a big one. Ackles with the rebound.
There goes goes Augman looking for the pass.
Talk about pressure points. Are we watching the start of a run for Vegas?
Well, what the run has been is Larry Johnson getting the ball in the low post, which I don't blame Jerry Tarkanian for calling timeout and saying, hey, let's get the ball to number 4.
Charge. Yes, they called a charge on Anthony. No basket. And that's it.
He's out of here.
5 for Anthony.
He carried this team in the first half with his great play, and he's going to call his teammates over to say, fellas, win this one while I'm sitting on the bench.
Hey, Mr. Dalthorpe, your graphites are here.
Who guarantees overnight air delivery on Saturday to more people coast to coast?
Thank you.
Who did you think?
UPS on Saturday?
No one can guarantee you a perfect world. A world where the unexpected never intrudes. But some of us know we'll be taken care of quickly and compassionately. In an imperfect world, you're in good hands with Allstate, a member of the Sears Financial Network.
Gillette presents Sensor, the system, the technology that will change the way you shave forever. Sensor, twin blades set on springs to read your face and respond. Independent suspension to sense and adjust to every curve of your face. No other razor comes close. Gillette Sensor, for the best shave a man can get.
Who guarantees overnight air delivery on Saturday to more people coast to coast?
Morning. UPS on Saturday?
Who did you think?
Thank you.
A parent's worst nightmare when a car theft becomes a kidnapping.
I want to scare somebody so that it doesn't happen to them.
Rescue 911, Tuesday.
I want to remind you that after our broadcast of this game, the Flash will be coming up next. 74-71. UNLV, the vaunted Vegas team, will go the final 4 minutes without its floor general, Greg Anthony, who has fouled out. Ackles has 4. Front court scoring almost double for Duke. Johnson and Augman have combined for 18 points. And Greg Anthony, senior, has fouled out of this game. He brought his team together, his teammates on the floor, and said, guys, do it for me. I want to play on Monday.
Tremendous leader on this ball club. 16 points in the first half, almost carried the team single-handedly. And back to the amoeba.
Situation Vegas has not faced. A tight game down the stretch, compounded by the difficulty of not having Anthony. McCaffrey for Duke.
I think the team would be better getting Davis out front, let McCaffrey go down in the corner where he can shoot the 3. Hurley's looking for him.
Now needing help. Hurley looking. Gets it to Davis. He'll turn around.
Long.
Gets his own miss. Kubek, way short. Gray with the rebound.
Anderson Hunt might have gotten a piece of that ball. Big shot. Couldn't get it to Christian Laettner. Now we go back to that point I made that Anderson Hunt now will be required to score as well as do all the ball handling. It's asking an awful lot of him.
Stacey Augman gives it back up to Hunt, who clears out Gray.
Again, Kubek and Johnson, they've got to get the ball to Larry Johnson down low.
You see the shot clock coming to 10. Gray now goes inside. Johnson dishes to Ackles. Ackles on the tip. Bodies everywhere. 5-point lead for UNLV. Largest lead of the game for Vegas.
Still plenty of time to not worry about threes, and Hurley hits one right there because it was available.
What a big 3 by Bobby Hurley. He now has 12. Timeout called by Duke with 2:14 remaining. A 2-point game and one to remember.
The network. It's the most powerful tool in business today. At GTE, we can put that power in your hands. The power of a personalized communications network designed for the success of your business alone. The growth of your business, the prosperity of your business. We've done it for others. We'll do it for you. Because at GTE, the power is on.
In financial matters, as in life, everybody's different. Different needs, different goals. The Principal Financial Group understands. Our financial services are as unique and individual as you are. Personalized solutions that offer each customer an advantage. That's the Principal Edge. It's made us one of America's largest. So for diversified products that fit your financial needs to the letter, look for the Principal Edge.
Getting to know you.
Geostorm. Great way to get away. 16 valves. Hello, road. The turns. The hills. This is it. Now this could be contagious.
Getting to know you.
Now's the time to get to know the Geostorm at your Chevrolet Geo dealers.
Well, this has been a semifinal classic, really, from the start. And Duke has 2 timeouts remaining after just burning one. UNLV with all 3 remaining. Jim Nance and Billy Packer with you. And Billy, let's talk about strategy now. UNLV with a 2-point lead and possession.
Well, if I'm UNLV, Larry Johnson is going to touch the ball before anybody else takes a shot, because I think he's causing a lot of pressure down in low. If you're Duke, you can even think about fouling strategy at this point. Hunt, 67% free throw shooter. Ackles, 59. Gray, who's still in the game, 60. I think not a bad idea to go ahead and foul some. Don't let Larry Johnson get down in the box and get a 3-point putback. He's being guarded by Grant Hill.
Boy, Hill really fronting him.
See, Leitner not going to go out on Ackles. Smart move.
Approaching 20 on the shot clock.
UNLV trying to use some clock here.
Here's where they miss Anthony, maybe.
Oh, sure do. And also, you've got to admire what Hunt's going to do. He tries to get the solid screen. Good step out by Leitner.
They lob it inside to Johnson. Leitner got a hand on it to deflect it.
I thought he fouled him. Didn't you, Jim?
I did, too. 3 on the shot clock, but no call.
Well, Christian Leitner holding his hand a little bit. Larry Johnson just kind of laughing at him.
Thomas Hill in for McCaffrey. A big 5 seconds right here on this possession for UNLV. With a 2-point lead, 1:31 left in the game. Augman will inbound underneath.
Got to watch that lob right inside.
Goes to Ackles. Shot clock running down. He'll have to
No time. He doesn't realize it. He lost it.
Duke D's up, and UNLV turns it over.
You know, Stacey Augman, for one of the first times in his career of late, is facing a man who has the same type of skills as far as quickness and size in Brian Davis. And he was really challenged.
1:24 remaining. A 2 will tie it. A 3 will put him in front.
Pressure points, Jim?
UNLV has not been in this situation all season.
The last time they can think about a game like this was Ball State back in the Western Regional last year.
Yep, last year's Sweet 16. Grant Hill driving. Baseline, he finds Davis. Off the glass. Score it, and he's fouled.
And look at a sign now for the UNLV players, Jim. Watch their eyes to see if they look up at the clock. You knew Davis would take it and go for the dunk. Weaved his way inside beautifully. Grant Hill again showing nice patience to drive. And again, against the zone, there's not that ball pressure that Vegas knows.
The Duke bench, and Thomas Hill gave Kubek a little elbow to the face accidentally. You talked just a moment ago about Davis's athletic ability. He's made several big plays in this game. Now the game is tied. The free throw can put him in front with 62 seconds remaining. Duke's in front by 1.
And Hurley on Hunt. Larry Johnson steps outside.
Leitner's on him. Goes to Hogman. Johnson's there. Johnson's going to be shooting free throws.
Oh, did he crash those boards? Duke could almost take a chance of releasing somebody long and not trying to rebound, just smack the ball on the other end, because UNLV sending all 5 men to the boards. Larry Johnson, far and away the best free throw shooter on this club. 82%.
As we had pointed out, it's been a long time since he's faced a free throw that had a lot riding on it. He'll shoot 2. Oh. One more for Johnson.
Of course, he has that hesitation type shot. Thomas Hill was in the lane. Thomas Hill was in the lane. And it is because of the way Larry Johnson shoots his foul shot. He puts it up there, hesitates, and you think he's going to shoot, and then he releases later. You'll see Thomas Hill step in with his right foot too early. Excellent call.
Duke had the rebound. All for naught. The hitch fooled Hill. Johnson with another chance to tie it.
Now, Duke could hold for the last shot. No sense putting one up at all here.
All 7s on the board, 77 apiece.
And Tart goes to man-to-man.
17th tie of the game. 4-second difference on the shot clock.
Jerry Tarkanian sitting on the bench with a towel on his head like he's on vacation in the Bahamas or something. Mike Krzyzewski up on the sidelines.
20 seconds to go. Can Duke pull off one of the biggest upsets in Final Four history?
The angle.
Off the glass, no, he went for the swish. Leitner with the rebound. Foul. No basket. Leitner will go to the line. The foul was on Gray. He will shoot 2. 12.7 seconds remaining, Billy.
Well, Jim, there was tremendous conversations about, are they one of the greatest of all time? We will find out.
UNLV has called timeout. We'll be right back.
What is it that makes the world so great? Is it the beauty we see everywhere we go? It is. But probably what really makes the world so great is people. We think the same way about our airline, United. Come see what dedication is all about. Come fly the friendly skies.
Jim Nance and Billy Packer, and this was Tarkanian watching now as Duke had possession a moment ago. Leitner's going to be going to the line for 2 free throws. Let's get a report from James Brown.
All right, Jimmy, the report from the Duke bench was all confidence on the part of Mike Krzyzewski. He's assuming that Leitner is going to make his free throws. He told his guys when he makes them back on defense, do not give up the threes. Back to you, Jim.
7 of 9 from the line. Let's watch. Timeout called by Larry Johnson and UNLV. Duke is 12 seconds away from one of the biggest upsets in Final Four history.
It has all come so far. Today, our engineers can crash test cars on a computer. If only they could have seen us 40 years ago. We had no idea we were inventing safety science. Most people today know nothing of all this safety pioneering, but I think Mercedes drivers, they know. I think they can feel it.
Every summer weekend, millions of the smartest guys in America fire up their Murray mowers. What makes them so smart is that Murray's rated one of the best in quality and performance, with a 2-year warranty backed by 10,000 service dealers at a price that's about half of other top quality mowers, which makes Murray mowers tough as they come, any way you cut it.
We built this business
to help you relax and unwind,
built this business
to bring water to your home,
we built this business to build your life.
ITT built these businesses into leaders. We built them by taking care of people.
We built this business. We built this business to build your. We built this business.
Blank look of Jerry Tarkanian. Will his team rise to this challenge with 12 seconds to go?
Jim, I think you're going to see the ball in the hands of two people, Anderson Hunt, Larry Johnson. And in the case of Duke, I would take the chance and say, don't try to grab a rebound, bat it long, because you can believe UNLV is going to send 5 men to the boards.
Larry Johnson brings the ball up.
Looks like he wants to go all the way with it.
He's outside now, stopping his dribble. Leitner on him. Hunt will have to do something.
Look at
three off the back of
it. Long.
Hurley's done it. Duke has done it. Duke has upset UNLV.
When Bryant asked me to test this high-efficiency air conditioner, I said, sure, if I can test it my way. Check it out. Energy-saving copper tubing and a weather-resistant finish. Details that tell me that Bryant builds this baby to last.
For air conditioners that are built with the right stuff to last, check your yellow pages for the Bryant dealer near you.
And now for the toughest test of all. The Jaeger test. Bryant, the right stuff to last.
I helped my dad build this place. Well, help. I was so small I could barely swing the hammer. But he taught me a lot about tools. He used to say, you can buy cheap tools every couple of years. Or you can buy Stanley once.
Since 1843, a company from New Britain, Connecticut has been helping people do things right. Stanley.
I even take my tape roll fishing. Well, that way I'll know how big a story to tell.
I'm Dave Johnson. For my training for the 1992 decathlon, I switched to the pump from Reebok. When I'm pumped up, my feet have support, protection, and a custom fit for leaping, vaulting, spinning, jumping, sprinting, hurling, racing, running, throwing, and shot putting. Now, I'm the guy who knows cross-training. Pump up and air out.
Switch to the greatest sports performance shoe in the world, the Reebok Pump. Pump up and air out.
In my considered opinion, it's okay to enjoy mowing one's lawn. Oh, for heaven's sake. In fact, my snapper significantly enhances my sense of well-being. Of course, my snapper dealer was kind enough to offer a 14-day money-back test drive. The good man really stands behind his machines. So if you're looking for emotional satisfaction, my advice to you is seek professional help. That's right. See your snapper dealer. Anything less just won't cut it.
And yes, Bobby Hurley, you have been part of one of the biggest upsets in the history of the NCAA tournament. Duke University advances to the championship game, and they will play Kansas. Let's go right now to Leslie Visser, who's with the Tark.
Jerry, an extremely difficult loss. What happened at the end?
Well, you know, we took 2 timeouts, and you know, I was hoping Larry would have taken the 3. He had the better shot, but when Greg was out of there, we were a little out of sync. But Duke played a great ball game, and you know, they outplayed us. They played better than we did, and they deserved to win. It was a great win for Duke, and it's a tough loss for UNLV.
Can you put into words your thoughts at losing the opportunity to make history?
Well, you know, I just feel so bad for the kids because it's the greatest group of kids I've ever been around, and you know, I just hurt inside for them.
Is it much too soon to even have thoughts of next year, whether you come back, whether the sanctions would be too tough?
No, I'm going to come back next year, and we're going to be very good.
Great. Thank you very much, Coach. Over to Jim Nance.
All right, Leslie, I'm joined by Christian Leitner and Coach Mike Krzyzewski. And Christian, I'll start with you. You had to have heard it all week. Everyone across the country gave you guys no chance. How did you do it?
We did it by not listening to anyone except Coach K and the coaching staff. And we went into the game thinking we could win, and we went on the court and we did it today. And we had a good game plan, and we played our game, and we just played really tough, very intense out there.
Billy? We got a report during that last timeout that you said after Christian makes these 2 free throws, here's what we're going to do. Was there any doubt in your mind? The guy's the leading free throw shooter in the NCAA tournament so far, but not counting percentages. I'm talking about pressure. Was there any doubt in your mind he's going to make them?
No, I knew he was going to hit at least 1. I thought he hit 2, and our whole defense was set up for him making 1 or 2. And we tried to then double team Anderson Hunt, and then he was going to play Ackles, so he didn't have to concentrate on finding Johnson right away. But listen, UNLV played tough, and we did too. It's one of the really great basketball games, and I want to congratulate them on their effort. Our kids hung in there the whole time, and we just happened to play defense on the last exchange.
You told us early on in the year that this team had the kind of mental toughness it was going to take to be an outstanding basketball team. This was a game that was a gut check for both squads, and I think your guys proved, if anybody had any question about it, that they were capable.
Well, our schedule has helped us, Billy. We went into a lot of tough places. Our conference is tough. And then in the NCAA tournament, playing Connecticut and St. John's, they're really tough basketball teams. I thought we were very prepared to be at our best. And during the week, our kids really concentrated. And I have to give them all the credit because they hung in there for a full 40 minutes. And they come down so fast, Vegas. We stopped their break in the second half. I think that was one of the keys to the ball game.
Well, we're going to let you go. You fellas got a little bit more to accomplish before I know you'll be satisfied.
Thanks. Mike, congratulations. Christian, we asked them both. You seem very composed. They said we have one more game. It'll be Monday night, Kansas and Duke for the national championship. Pat O'Brien will be back. We'll continue in just a moment.
invested $100 million in the